Alright, we are live on Rumble, live on YouTube. Good afternoon. Welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. I'm Xander. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. And you here, of course, are you. Thank you so much for coming in and joining. Today is, what is today? Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with the year 69. Battle at Bedacrium, North Italy. All right, 769 here. Yep, the
700 years.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The Lateran Council ended by condemning the Council of Hiera and anathematizing. That's a weird word. Anathematizing. Like, can you try to pronounce that?
I can't even see it.
Hold on, let me move that there for you.
No.
It's iconoclastic rulings. I can read iconoclastic, but I can't read this thing. What the heck is that? That's a weird word. I'm going to look that up really quick, actually.
Looks like it's German.
Curse, to condemn. Anathematize. Anathematize?
Oh, there you go.
Anathematize?
Yeah.
You've heard that before?
No.
Neither have I, but it does sound okay. 1071, Bari, the last Byzantine possession in southern Italy, was surrendered to Robert Guisard. Moving on up to 1250, Kublai was acclaimed the Great Khan by a Mongol Great Council. So Kublai Khan, right there. 1250 as well, Pope Innocent IV refused Jews of Cordovia, Spain, their request to build a synagogue. Well, that's not nice.
Wow.
Welcome, Show the Ghost. How you doing, man? All right. 1395 here. The Timur defeated Tokay Matish of the Golden Horde at the Battle of the Terek River. The Golden Horde capital city Sarai was razed to the ground, and Timur installed a puppet ruler on the throne. All right. 1450, the Battle of Formigny. French defeated the English decisively in the 100 Years' War, passively paving the way for the capture of English strongholds in Normandy. Dang. 1493, Christopher Columbus was received by the Spanish monarchs Isabella I and Ferdinand II in Barcelona upon his return from the New World. Columbus presented kidnapped Tainos, indigenous people, plants and items collected from the Caribbean. All right. What is this? Doing good? I hope your dad's doing. Yeah, how are you doing, Sir Loon?
I'm doing good. Who's that?
Ghost here.
Yeah.
His mic is muted.
Oh, okay.
1528, Paniflo and Narvaez, Spanish conquistadors, arrived in Florida with 350 men to a hostile reception from native Indians. Wow. Yeah, they probably were tired of these white men, particularly the Spanish, coming in, converting people to Christianity, and killing anybody who doesn't.
Taking their land.
Yeah,
a biggie.
Taking their land, erasing their history.
Yeah.
Like they demolished so many things. Like, and how many idols, made of gold and gems and other things were melted down and disassembled and just lost to history. So, wild. 1621, Hugo Grotius arrived in France after escaping prison in a book chest.
What?
A book chest. We covered an article a while ago about somebody escaping prison in the book chest. I'm not sure if this is the same guy, though.
What is a book chest?
It's you know what a chest is, right?
Yeah.
Like a big trunk?
Yeah.
Well, it's one for books. You put books in it. It's a book chest. So, like, he somehow folded himself into a book chest and then got taken out of the prison somehow. 1715, Poco Latigo massacre triggered the start of the Yamasee War in colonial South Carolina. Yeah, the Yamasee War. So, 4 South Carolina representatives got killed. That's considered a massacre, but so that's a Native American colonial war there. 1736, foundation of the short-lived Kingdom of Corsica. I've heard of that word a couple of times. Wasn't Napoleon from Corsica or Corsican or
I don't know
something?
No idea.
1755, Samuel Johnson's A Dictionary of the English Language was published in London.
Oh.
We spoke about some kind of dictionary the other day, but not sure if this is the same one. 1776, Duchess of Kingston was found guilty of bigamy. What is bigamy? I know what polygamy is, but what is bigamy? Is that like one? Being married to one person? Bigamy. In a culture where only monogamous relationships are legally recognized, bigamy is the act of entering into a marriage with one person while still legally married to another. Oh, that's...
there you go.
Okay, yeah, I can understand why she was found guilty of that. Well, at least why that's a guilty ruling type of thing, not her specifically. Yeah, that's a no-no. Would that be considered fraud? You know, in some cases, especially finances are concerned, or something.
Bigamy. Yeah, so you know.
1783, during the American Revolution, the Continental Congress ratified preliminary articles of peace, ending the 7-year-long war with Great Britain. All right, so we've covered this a couple of times in the past several days. So I'm not sure when is the actual official. So it's strange. 1793, Bank of England issued the first £5 note, and here we go, right here. Actually, forgot that we have somebody viewing this, so let me bigger this right there. So this is what the actual first £5 note looks like.
Whoa.
Yeah, looks cool.
Pretty fancy.
1802, William Wordsworth and his sister Dorothy see a long belt of daffodils, inspiring the former to pen "I wandered lonely as a cloud." That's a interesting thing to write. 1817, the first American school for the deaf opened in Hartford, Connecticut. We have another article here. This is both 1817, so like right here. Actually, no, they took away one, it looks like. The American Asylum, now the American School for the Deaf, ASD. The first permanent U.S. school for deaf was founded by Reverend Thomas Galloway, Dr. Mason Cogswell, and teacher Laurent Clerc in West Hartford, Connecticut. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's telling me to image search this, so I'm going to do that really quick. But this is actually the image.
Oh, that's big.
This is what it looks like today.
Oh.
The reason why I'm image searching this is because there's what appears to be an old photograph. Well, there's actually several of them. This is what I saw originally, and it's rather small, but it looks fancy and everything. But then this house, it appears to be prominent and everything. So it looks like maybe if you look at the center of this, maybe this is
it was
building. Added on to and everything. Right there.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we got to continue on going through history here. What we got here in 1848, 77 enslaved people attempted to escape the United States on board the Pearl in Washington, D.C. in the largest non-violent escape attempt in U.S. history. Well, trying to get out of there.
Yeah, I can't blame them.
1850, the city of San Francisco was incorporated.
Oh.
We've been there a couple of times. Well, I've been there, technically 3 times. Twice in one of the vacations. We drove through it and then drove all the way back. Actually, both times, right?
Yeah, I've been up there a number of times.
Yeah. So I'd say, fully I've been there twice. So.
Hey, we found a cool slide up there.
Yeah, provided it's open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have your own cardboard. You got to remember to bring your own cardboard. 1853, Dutch Protestant Church petitioned King William III against reestablishment of Roman Catholic bishops in the Netherlands. He does so anyway. Okay. 1861, Federal Army of 75,000 volunteers was mobilized by President Abraham Lincoln to quell the insurrection at the start of the American Civil War. Which is really interesting. Like when you think about it, the beginning of the end of the Civil War, as far as a calendar date, we're only a couple days apart. Exactly 5 years. I
didn't know that.
Well, remember we covered the surrender of Robert E. Lee's army about a week ago?
Yeah.
And then a few days ago, we covered the Fort Sumter. That's the start.
Yeah.
So we covered the end first.
Yeah.
And then the start. And they're only, 2-3 days apart or something like that? I'd say 3, maybe 4.
Sure.
But what's interesting about this, and we're going to get to that in a few years here, but this is actually when Lincoln died. He got shot the day prior. Remember, it said he died 9 hours later or something.
Yeah.
So he made it till the next day, but not for long. 1862, U.S. poet Emily Dickinson first corresponded with author and future literary mentor Thomas Wentworth Higginson, a relationship that lasted the rest of her life. Yeah. And don't mind the leaf blower. I hope it's not too loud. If Ghost can let us know if it's loud or not, that'd be great. 1865, Abraham Lincoln died 9 hours after he was shot the previous evening by actor John Wilkes Booth while attending the play Our American Cousin at Ford Theater in Washington. 3 hours later, Vice President Andrew Johnson was sworn in as president. Now, you want to know something really interesting about this whole situation? That about a week or so prior to all this, in some random, like I don't know exactly where it was, but in some train station, a young boy fell into the well where the tracks are. You know how the platforms are raised and everything, and some guy jumped in, collected him, and then got him out because the train was coming and everything. What was interesting is that young boy was one of the nephews or whatever of Lincoln, and the guy who saved him was the brother of John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, I heard something like that. Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah, well, I bring it up quite often and everything to be used as examples for how every little thing matters, because it's not just that's wild, but that happened a week or so prior to Lincoln getting assassinated, like in actual time.
Yeah.
So had that kid gotten killed, then Lincoln would have gone to a funeral, and not just U.S. history, but world history would be so vastly different, we can't really even imagine it.
Yeah.
Just by that one thing. So everything that you do, doesn't matter who you are, how much status and authority you have, everything's a butterfly effect, and everything matters in the grand scheme of everything.
I was disappointed that we didn't, when we were in Washington, D.C., we didn't get to go to the
Ford Theater. That was unfortunate, but we just never had it in our time budget, and they had such a small window of being open.
We were actually in a hotel right around the corner.
Yeah.
But it opened so late, and we got back when it was closed.
Yeah, because we stayed out, for quite a while. So that's why I said, their window of being open both began and ended while we were actively out.
Yeah.
So that's maybe some other time, but we'll see. 1865, Mobile, Alabama was captured by Union forces after a siege led by General Canby. But didn't we cover the surrender a few days ago? I brought that up. We covered this already. So I'm not sure if there's a discrepancy or what the real actual date. We know it's 1865, that's for sure. 1870, last day U.S. silver coins were allowed to circulate in Canada. I had no idea that U.S. currency was allowed to be in Canada.
That's a U.S. currency?
Yeah, U.S. silver coins allowed to circulate in Canada. Okay. 1874, the first Impressionist exhibition, Impressionist being the style of paintings, opened in Paris, featuring Claude Monet, Edgar Degas, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, Camille Pissarro, and Berthe Morisot. Never heard of any of them.
I spent a lot of Monet when I was in Paris.
Yep, it is rather expensive. 1874, New York legislature passed compulsory education law. Okay. 3 years later, world's first home telephone was installed in Somerville, Massachusetts at the house of Charles Williams Jr. So, a personal phone.
Yeah.
We've covered the death of Lincoln there. So, and we'll get to that. 1878, Harley Procter invented ivory soap. So, we got to it right there.
Still around today, I think.
Probably. What else do we got here? 1892, General Electric Company formed by the merger of Thomas Edison's General Electric Company with Thomson Houston Electric Company, arranged by J.P. Morgan and incorporated in New York. It is telling me to image search this, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So, there's an image search. Images, bigger this. I'm sure there's something here to read. Yeah. Okay, well, this is just his timeline. I was wondering if...
so they kept the electric name, General Electric.
Yeah.
Name, but not the other. They didn't incorporate that name into it.
No, because Thomas Edison is a greedy SOB who doesn't want to share, any clout with anybody. Thomas Alva Edison had many business ventures, all of them financially backed by J.P. Morgan, Drexel Morgan and Company, and the Vanderbilt family. They financed Edison's research and helped merging those companies under one corporation to form Edison General Electric Company, which was incorporated in New York on April 24th, 1889. At about the same time, leading Thomson Houston Electric Company of Lynn, Massachusetts, was emerging. General Electric was formed by the 1892 merger of the Edison General Electric Company and Thomas Houston Electric Company.
So it sounds like it was the Edison General Electric Company at one time.
Probably, yeah. Well, yeah, this is General Electric Company.
Yeah.
So, 1895, Josephine Blatt of the U.S. made hip and harness lift of 30,564 pounds, which was a record at the time. I'm not sure if it's been beaten. I don't even know what the heck that is. Hip and harness. What like she's lifting herself up, but she doesn't weigh 3,500 pounds. So
No.
what's a hip and harness? I'm gonna look this
I'm
up.
not sure. There are, there's a deadlift and but a hip and harness. I've never heard of that.
Images: hip and harness lift. Okay, well this is for. I don't understand. We gotta keep on going though. If anybody watching this, let us know in the comments section what this is.
I don't think that has anything to do with weightlifting.
Well, it's lifting a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean it's like right here. Well.
Yeah.
1896, first modern Summer Olympic Games had their closing ceremony at the Panathenaic Stadium in Athens, Greece. U.S. won gold medal count at 11. Greece won a total medal count of 46.
Wow.
The International Olympic Committee had retroactively assigned gold, silver, and bronze medals to the 3 best placed athletes in each event. So there you go. 1900 as well, as early as an early 50-mile race was won by an electric car in over 2 hours. Wow. 900, Exposition Universelle, the World's Fair in Paris, opened. It stayed open until November 12th. So that was open for a while.
Time.
But with all the fancy buildings and everything,
Yeah.
there was a lot to put into that. So, of course, it needed to stay open for a long time. A lot of cool things happening at the turn of the century right there.
Yeah.
So,
Now, was that when the Eiffel Tower was constructed in that?
no, that was the World's Fair prior to that. I think,
Okay, I think it was, yeah.
I think it was like the mid-1800s, I want to say. When was the Eiffel Tower? When was...
We just talked about that the other day. The Eiffel Tower and that World's Fair or whatever it was.
I know, 1889 to 1930.
Okay.
I think
What do you mean 1889 to 1930?
Tallest in the world. Sorry, never mind. Hold on a second. When, it from 1887 to 1889.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, I knew it was around since before World War II at least. So, 1901, the first British motorized burial. No idea what that is. With cars or with those little things that wheel you down the hole or something. Because I looked this up and it shows the little wheels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you so that way you can see what I saw. Do you see what I see? Motorized. See, look, it's all these. It looks like they're on the stuff to lay, go down.
Yeah.
But hold on, this says funeral train, but that's an actual locomotive. Okay, so that doesn't help me at all. I don't know. If anyone can let us know, that'd be great. What else do we got here? 1901, Pope Leo XIII issued an allocution deploring hostile actions against the Roman Catholic Church throughout Europe. Allocution? Here's another word that
What is going on today?
we're learning a lot today, aren't we?
Yeah.
A formal statement by a defendant who had been found guilty prior to being sentenced. An allocution or allocutus is a formal statement made to a court by the defendant who has been found guilty before being sentenced. It is part of the criminal procedure in some jurisdictions using common law.
Yeah,
Huh.
kind of like their last word. If they have anything to say before.
All right. Well, if
Usually
anybody,
before they're sentenced, found guilty but not sentenced yet.
yeah. Well, if anyone wants to look up more information about allocution, that link will be in the underbar below, the description after the live stream. 1902, Pope Leo the 13th encyclical on church in U.S. We also have rioting and arson continued in Russia with peasants plundering estates to find food. Yeah, you don't mess with the masses, man. Russian Minister of Interior and head of secret police, Sibiang, was assassinated by the terror brigade of the Socialist Revolutionaries. Yikes. 1906, the Armenian organization AGBU was established. It has to be political or something. 1910, William Howard Taft was the first president to throw out the first ball at the baseball game. We covered that
We just
yesterday.
talked about that. How can they do it? It can't be
Well,
first again today.
Well, sometimes there's discrepancies. Like somebody gets a date wrong or somehow. So Like there's a lot of back-to-back, day-by-day. You've noticed quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
So,
You even had a picture of him yesterday throwing it.
1911, Walter Johnson pitched a record-tying 4 strikeouts in an inning. 1912, the RMS Titanic sunk at 2:27 a.m. off Newfoundland as the band played on, with a loss between 1,490 and 1,635 people at 2:20 in the morning, 2 hours and 40 minutes after hitting an iceberg. What were you saying?
Okay, 4 strikeouts in 1 inning, but there's only 3 outs. How's that possible? It is possible.
How?
Well, if you strike someone out and you drop the ball, the catcher drops the ball, or it gets past him or whatever, you can run down to first, and if you beat the throw there, then you're safe.
So it resets that thing.
So you struck out, but there was an error by the catcher, and you reach first base.
All right. That's interesting.
So 4 strikeouts in 1 inning. I don't know how else it could happen, but it's something like that.
All right. Not to put a damper on that, but to wrap up the Titanic thing,
yes,
only 710 out of the 2,224 passengers and crew on board survived.
I know.
I
know. It's horrible.
Yep. 1918, the Sixtus Affair, French minister Georges Clemenceau published secret documents showing Austrian Emperor Karl made overtures of peace to France. So what's an overture involving that? Like, what does that mean? Overtures of peace? Like supporting peace with them?
No, try to, an overture is present something to them. Come to them, present it, you're making an overture to get something done.
Okay. So he was secretly doing that? For whatever reason?
I don't know why it'd be secretly, but that's what it says.
Yeah. 1920, new Canadian small cent coin was released. I gotta look that up really quick.
1 cent coin?
Small cent coin. So maybe it's just it's physically small.
Stunk?
I guess 1 cent.
Yeah, but
I mean,
why would it be small?
Well, because physically small. Like, look, you can tell that's a small penny. Like, it's smaller than a penny. I've seen their cent coins. So, what else do we got here? 1920, Sacco and Vanzetti trial. Paymaster was shot and killed along his guard. It says here 2 security guards were murdered during a robbery in South Braintree, Massachusetts. Anarchist Sacco and Vanzetti would be convicted of and executed for this crime amid much controversy. So they lost their lives in that.
Yeah.
21, Black Friday in Britain, leaders of transport and rail unions announced a decision not to call for strike action in support of the miners. Despite widespread feeling decision a breach of solidarity and a betrayal of the miners, breaking the triple alliance of trade unions across the country. That's not good.
No.
22, U.S. Senator John B. Kendrick of Wyoming introduced a resolution calling for an investigation of a secret land deal which led to the discovery of the Teapot Dome scandal. We spoke about that the other day.
Teapot Dome?
The Teapot Dome scandal, when that one guy in politics, I don't remember if he was a senator or a congressman or whatever, but was selling off government-owned, like, no, like oil something or other to a private company at a very reduced rate and progressively smaller, more favorable toward his friend. The Teapot Dome Reserve or something like that. Actually, like, I'll look it up really quick here just to refresh our memory.
Selling it on the cheap, so his friends could financially make a lot of money.
It's centered on Albert B. Fall, the Interior Secretary, who had leased petroleum reserves designated for the Navy at Teapot Dome in Wyoming, as well as 2 locations in California, to private oil companies at low rates without competitive bidding. The leases were the subject of an investigation by Senator Thomas J. Walsh, convicted of accepting bribes from the oil companies. Fall became the first presidential cabinet member to go to prison, but no one was convicted of paying the bribes. So
no one was paying the bribe.
Yeah.
He took a bribe to sell them.
Yeah. So, you want to read more about the Teapot Dome?
Sleazy.
Very. So, 23, the first sound on film public performance shown at Rialto Theater. That's awesome.
Rialto. Is that in New York?
Oh yeah, New York City, right there. Before that, it was all like the piano and everything.
Yeah.
23, insulin became generally available for diabetics. It's telling me an image search this, but for the sake of time, I gotta keep on going here. Radically motivated neon Shokago fire lit by a serial arsonist killed 10 children in Sacramento, California.
What?
Yeah, that's terrible. 24, Rand McNally published its first road atlas. Would you mind closing that window, please? They're like right there. So, give us a minute here, please. So, hold on. I'll be right back. One moment. Close this first, and then we'll figure out turning it off afterwards.
Yeah, there's the switches.
Yep. All right. Anyway, 1924, Rand McNally published its first road atlas. And here's an image of that.
Rand McNally, still big.
Rand McNally handy dandy road atlas of the world. It looks like it's a pocket version, so it's like, you know, very small print. So
I don't even know if I have one in my car anymore with my phone.
Pardon me, I don't think we have Thomas guides anymore either. So I think we have a couple maps and such, but they're really old, but in the
we have Thomas
hall
guides
closets.
Downstairs in the
hall closet, yeah. 1925, NHL's New York Americans, formerly the Hamilton Tigers, had their first game, losing 3-1. 1 century ago, 1926, Sesquicentennial Stadium opened in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, renamed Philadelphia Municipal Stadium, later renamed JFK Stadium, demolished in 92, unfortunately. It played host to Toonie Dempsey Fight in 1926, 41 Army-Navy football games, professional football, and many concerts, including the U.S. portion of Live Aid in 1985.
Okay.
And here's an image of that right there. Oops.
It got torn down.
It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think that's the one right there. But look at all the open land and everything. So, prime real estate back in the day. What else do we got here? 1927, Switzerland and the USSR agreed to diplomatic relations. All right. 28, Aliatos on Fisherman's Wharf, San Francisco formed. What is that?
Oh, that's a restaurant, I think.
Oh.
Aliatos. It's a fish house out there.
Oh, okay. Fish house.
Fish restaurant.
Fish restaurant. Don't ask me
it's
how I
still
know.
there today. It's a biggie.
Don't ask me how I know how to spell restaurant right off the bat. 31, first backwards walk across America began.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
I'm the backwards man. I'm backwards.
Across America? Backwards?
Apparently.
And then did you have to come back forwards to kind of undo it?
I would just fly both ways.
Backwards?
If it's possible. 36, Irish government authorized establishment of Aer Lingus Aerolíneas as a national airline of the Republic of Ireland. Okay, they could probably fly backwards. 36, first day of the Arab revolt in mandatory Palestine. Why is it mandatory? That's weird. And we have 38, anti-Jewish riots broke out in Dabora Tarnowski in Poland. Here we go again. Like, why does this keep happening? Time and time again. Like, 1941, the first helicopter flight of 1 hour duration occurred in Stamford, Connecticut. Awesome. 41 as well, in the Belfast Blitz, 200 bombers of the German Luftwaffe attacked Belfast, killing around 1,000 people. And I think that they've gone, well, they're down the thing, but we'll wait a little bit.
They'll be coming back through.
Yeah.
Most likely. 42,
King George VI was awarded the George Cross to the people of Malta, to the island fortress of Malta, from the other source it says. So whatever the case, Malta and its people, they all got the Iron Cross. The George Cross, not the Iron Cross. That was the wrong one. 43, Metropolitan Life Insurance has issued a $225 million check to Chase Bank, I believe. So
I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder why, though. What's the point of that? I didn't get any of that.
Bail them out, maybe. So 45, the 34th U.S. President FDR was buried in grounds of his Hyde Park home in New York State. 45 as well, British Army liberated the Nazi concentration camp at Bergen-Belsen. That was a big one right there. We also have Pope Pius XII published encyclical Communium Interpretis Dolorum. I'm going to look that up here really quick just to see what that is. It is an encyclical book, stating an urgent need for World War II to end, appealing for prayers of peace during the month of May 1945. All right, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Loons time, 1947. Jackie Robinson became the first black U.S. citizen to play in U.S. Major League Baseball, debuting for the Brooklyn Dodgers, breaking baseball's color barrier. Really interesting how you brought that up the other day, and then we spoke about it on the show, and then it happened on the Loons time, no less. Like, there was no 46.
Yeah.
So that is wild how everything just kind of played together like that.
What a weird way to say it. Black U.S. citizen.
Well, not African American. So I guess a black stadium, like because it says here black, it says African American, but Elon Musk is an African American,
right.
So obviously, like, if they didn't want to refer to his color, they would just call him an American. But since they really want to point out his differences, I'll call him a black stadium. I don't like it, but that's what people want. They want the segregation, vocally for whatever reason. So whatever. But yeah, like, I just found it really interesting how everything, combined, like, between the past couple of days of activities.
Odd, yeah.
48, the first Jewish Arab
baseball player too.
Yes, he was. 48, the first Jewish Arab military battle. Arabs were defeated. Okay. 48, Indian territory of Himachal Pradesh was created. 48 as well, F.H. Thornton observed a flash of light in crater Plato on the moon. So one of the craters of the moon. So we spoke about that yesterday, right? I swear we did.
May have. There's so much we go through.
Yeah,
I maintain about 10% of it.
Sounds vaguely familiar. 49, Pope Pius XII published encyclical Redemptoris Nostri. All right, well, let's take a look at this encyclical really quick.
Was it Big Word Day?
Apparently. Focusing on the situation in Palestine immediately following the cessation of fighting in the 1948 Arab-Israeli War.
Okay, so Israel was still brand new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this was 1 year after it was founded. Because it was founded in 48.
Brand new. People are pissed that the Palestinians or whoever was on the land got kicked off.
Yeah, but the Palestinians, that was their country. Not anymore, not even on maps. 1951, Michael Gorskov was the first person in charge of Caraco. What does that mean? Like the president or something?
I guess.
It just says in charge. Almost makes it sound like it's a company.
Oh, could have been a military guy.
True. 52, archaeologist Albert Roos discovered the tomb of Pakal, the greatest ruler of the Maya city of Palenque or something. 52 as well, Franklin National Bank issued the first bank credit card. Now,
wow.
It was, as far as I'm aware, do you remember how credit cards even started?
I don't know the origin of them. I know one of the first ones was Diners Club.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It was a Diners Club. It was
go out and eat with.
Yeah.
That was the idea of it, I think.
Yeah, you went out and you paid for your meal. It was a promissory thing to pay off your debt and everything to pay the meal off. Yeah. And then they expanded that to cover pretty much everything.
But yeah, it was for eating out.
And it was for higher class people, wealthier people. But then they discovered, we can make the poor miserably poor.
Money to be made here.
Yeah. 1952, the maiden flight of the U.S. Air Force B-52 Stratofortress prototype designed and built by Boeing. And here's a photograph of that. Yeah.
That's a biggie.
Now, I want to show you something really quick. There's an image here, and it shows all the munitions at once this aircraft
carries.
Yes.
Oh, are you kidding me?
This is everything I think it can carry at once.
Wow.
Like, I'm not sure. Or maybe this is all just demonstrating all the things it can carry, maybe in the back. I don't know.
I don't know where it all be, but holy cow.
Well, it shows here they have 2 more drop pods that are detached from the wing, so it might be attachable. And they have one attached here, and then of course the main fuselage. And I know these drop a lot, so I know in the very least everything in the front.
Well, probably so. Like you say, the belly opens up and starts bombing, dropping stuff, right?
Yeah, but now that I'm looking at these things in the back, they only have one of these and one of these, so I'm just like, is this everything that it carries at once, or is it just displaying everything that it can carry?
I
I don't know. 54, Orioles' first game in Baltimore. They beat the White Sox 3-1. All right. 54 as well. Yankees dedicated a plaque to Edward Barrow. Who's Edward Barrow? You know?
No.
Okay. I just brought. I marked it to be read just to see if you knew who that was.
Yeah.
So, 55, Ray Kroc.
Yeah, know him.
This guy's a real crock. Tell you what. Opened first McDonald's Inc. fast food restaurant in Des Plaines, Illinois. Go watch the movie The Founder.
Yeah.
Definitely. It shows like how much of a piece of shit this guy was. Man, you want to talk about...
I finally read the McDonald's brothers, the founders of it.
Yeah, he just totally screwed them. Like, he was just some low-life milkshake maker salesman, and he took over, and, granted, like, he made it what it was. But to do what he did to the McDonald's brothers after, piece of
what he did
shit.
was fine. They made a deal. They got cash, and they got to keep their original McDonald's site. But what then he did came later on, he came in and put another McDonald's across the street and sold everything at less than cost and wiped them out, and they had to close.
Yeah, but see, that wasn't all of it. Yes, he did allow them to keep their restaurant, but not the name. They could not be called McDonald's. He took the name. So he opened up a McDonald's across the street, but they were just called the Big M or something by that time.
I didn't
so
know
they
that.
lost their name.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That.
Or at least that's how it was in the movie. I haven't really looked it up, but
shame on them for signing that then.
Well, I mean, they were probably getting screwed or whatever, so I don't know.
No, a lot of money, cash in hand. They're a fat city.
Yeah. Anyway, 57, Saturday mail delivery restored in the U.S. after Congress gave the post office $41 million. Gotta be a lot. We do need post. So, 58, the first baseball game in California. San Francisco Giants defeated the L.A. Dodgers 8-0. All right. I want to go back to the post, though. A lot of people don't realize that is not funded by tax dollars. The United States Post Office is 100% funded in and of itself. That bailout right there was to keep it going. Yes, unless they need a bailout. But this is why they've been having some problems as of late, because they rely on people buying stamps and people buying postage and all that stuff, because that goes towards the wages. It is not funded by taxpayers, which is really interesting. It's one of the few things of government authority not funded by taxpayers.
I don't know if they need a bailout annually, but they
but
a lot of bailouts. They override their costs.
But that is such a necessary thing, But then again, apparently the government doesn't view it necessary enough for it to be funded by taxpayers. So 59, Fidel Castro began U.S. goodwill tour.
Yeah.
1960, Guy Carawan sung "We Shall Overcome" to a student nonviolent coordinating committee in Relay, popularizing the song as a protest anthem. I know I said it wrong. It's Riley or something, right? It has to be North Carolina or something? Raleigh, okay. Yeah. 1960 as well, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the SNCC, organized at Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. Elliot Baker led a conference that resulted in the creation of this, one of the principal organizations of the civil rights movement of the 1960s, right at the start, too. Excellent. 62, U.S. national debt was above 300 billion, yes. That's ridiculous. 64, Chesapeake Bay Bridge opened, the world's longest, and I got to image search this really quick.
Now 37 trillion.
Yeah. This is though a picture of that bridge. Just look at this. You can tell how just up in the air that is.
Yeah.
Like that's a container ship right there, or an oil ship or something.
Yeah.
But I'm going to look up this just to show. There's so many. It's so long. It has a lot of different angles. Just look at that. Just goes into the horizon.
I've seen that picture.
This you just don't even see land. Land is non-existent here. At one point, it looks like it goes under the water, So maybe not part of the bridge, but part of the whole complex. It crosses the entire Chesapeake, Bay.
Yeah.
That's wild. So, what else do we got? Let's minimize that and get rid of these two things. 65, NFL changed penalty flag from white to bright gold. probably to be seen a lot better. Yeah. 68, Houston Astros beat the New York Mets 1-0 in 24 innings at the Astrodome. Starting pitchers Tom Seaver and Don Wilch pitched 10 and 9 innings respectively in a game that lasted over 6 hours.
Jeez.
You're going to go through a lot of Cracker Jacks, you know? Like 7 inning stretch, 7, 14, 21. You have 3 7-inning stretches, you know, and a half. Yeah. That's ridiculous. 1969, High Records released Green is Blues, the second studio album by U.S. singer-songwriter Al Green. His first pairing with producer Willie Mitchell led to a long-time collaboration and string of hits into the early 1970s.
I haven't heard of him before.
Neither have I. I was wondering if you had, but I guess not. Al Green. Yeah. Huh. 1969 as well, North Korea shot at U.S. airplane above Japanese sea. The EC-121 shoot-down incident occurred in which North Korea shot down a U.S. Navy aircraft over the Sea of Japan, killing all 31 on board. Wow. That's a lot more information than this just says shoots at. Says nothing about even knocking it down, let alone the fatalities. That's horrible.
Yeah, that's
shame on our primary source.
That's inaccurate.
Wow.
It's so lacking information
that it's
almost inaccurate.
Yeah, pretty much.
He didn't shoot at it, she got shot down. Big difference.
Yep. Well, I mean, you need to shoot at it to shoot it down to begin with, but they just stopped it there for whatever reason.
That's lying.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry, that's just lying.
Well, our sources, leftist and British, what do you expect from them? 1970, Libyan leader Gaddafi launched the Green Revolution. What was the Green Revolution?
I don't know, but he started it. Omar Gaddafi.
All right, I'm going to look that up here really quick. Relevant politician. This is telling me about Gaddafi. Okay, it's not telling me about the revolution. 1970, during the Cambodian Civil War, massacre of the Vietnamese minority resulted in 800 bodies flowing down the Mekong River into South Vietnam. Holy shit, dude. The only thing I can imagine is a scene out of 1917 where he floated in the river and all that stuff. We saw the movie in theaters. You remember what I'm talking about? Like, after he jumped in the river, and then eventually, like, there was a bunch of bodies in there, and then he had to pull himself ashore. And it was near the end. Yeah. So, 41.
Movie.
Yes, it was. 71, 43rd Academy Awards. Patton, George C. Scott, and Glenda Jackson won. Don't think Glenda Jackson was in Patton, but...
no, she was not.
Yeah, I don't remember a lead female actress in a World War II war movie. 72...
George C. Scott, I remember quite well.
All right. Yeah, George C. Scott, great actor. Barbra Streisand in 72, James Taylor, Carole King, and Quincy Jones performed benefit concert for George McGovern for president campaign at the Forum in Inglewood, California. I know somebody from Inglewood.
Yeah.
75, first appearance of San Diego Chicken. We covered that a week ago or so. Like the first mascot, the San Diego Chicken.
Oh, okay.
Remember, it had that one picture of him laying down.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was like, why is he making calendar shots? 78, 43 died as 2 express trains collided head-on south of Bologna, Italy. Ouch. That's terrible. 1979, a disastrous earthquake of magnitude 7.1 on Montenegro coast. Other source says magnitude 6.9, killing 136 people. Their primary source was edited for whatever reason. They got rid of the kill count and upped the or something. 81, Janet Crook said her Pulitzer Award-winning story about an 8-year-old heroin addict was a lie. Washington poet relinquished Pulitzer Prize on fabricated story. We covered that yesterday. This is just more detail about it. 82, Apollo Computer announced the DN400 and DN420 and landscape display. I wonder if they picked 420 on purpose. 83, Tokyo Disneyland opened. So now Disney has spread its disease into Asia.
Let's see, was that Tokyo was before France?
No, France was first.
Yeah, that's right.
It was initially Euro Disneyland.
Yeah, okay.
And then they made it Disneyland Paris or something, because I think there's one in the UK now. There might be one in Italy, might be one in Germany, I don't know. Disney's a plague. 84, extremist Sikhs plunder 40 stations in Punjab, India. That's not good. 86 as well, the United States launched Operation El Dorado Canyon, its bombing raids against Libyan targets, in response to a Disco-Cathade bombing in West Germany that killed 2 U.S. servicemen. Disco-Cathade? Discotheque? What the hell's this? If I'm even pronouncing this correctly. Oh, a nightclub. Okay. Oh, disco. The Q. Whatever.
Okay.
It's a weird like right here. Oh, that's not it right there. Well, it's not on here. What the hell? Well, La Belle Disco. Oh, okay. So they changed it now. Alright, anyway, 87, Ayo's time! Alfred Ori's Driving Miss Daisy premiered in New York City.
Wow.
That sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the movie. That's a play?
Alfred Ori's Driving Miss Daisy. Like, maybe it was a movie in 87.
No, I know it was a movie, but I don't think it goes that far back. Well, maybe it does.
Well, I'm gonna do a surface level scratch of this article really quick.
Good movie.
Driving Miss Daisy, it's a play.
Okay. So they made a movie out of the play later on.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah. 88, a meteorite exploded above Indonesia. Wow. 89, Hillsborough disaster. 96 were crushed to death. And 766 were injured at the Hillsborough Football Stadium in Sheffield, England during an FA semi-final between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest.
I remember something about that.
Yeah. 89, students in Beijing pro-democracy protests upon Hu Yaobang's death. The Tiananmen Square protests of 1989 began in China. Mm-hmm. And this will lead into Tank Man, right?
Yeah.
Or wasn't that in 87? Or was it in 88?
I don't know. Don't ask me exact dates.
When was the Tank Man? 89. Okay. June 5th. Okay, so it's going to come up. Yeah, because I remember, like, that was, like, he was so sick of all the crap. He just stood in front, like, in an act of defiance. Like, go ahead, run me over, you know? Like, what are you going to do? You know? 89, then largest lottery in North America at $69 million was drawn in Illinois. Now, I remember a day when it was over, like, $1 billion or something.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's been over $1 billion.
What? No.
You know, I remember they had to, because the lottery ticket counter, maybe it's not the super, maybe it's the mega, but it's been over $1 billion. I know that.
I can't believe that, but no, I don't know.
Hold on a second. Let's see here.
Highest jackpot.
Very over $1 billion. Let's see here. Lottery jackpot prizes. Well, it's going to give me a whole thing. What are the 10 largest jackpots ever won? Let me bigger this just to get a lot more. $2 billion.
Whoa.
2022. Yeah, no, that's what I said.
Whoa.
Like you know those little counters at convenience stores, like it says the 728 million, but it says million.
Yeah.
I remember when it was over $1 billion, they actually put a paper over the counter and said, 1 point something something, in a million or billion, to cover it. So that way it's an accurate thing. So they actually had to manually write it down every day or whatever because it was over the counter's limit. So that's wild. What else do we got here? Moving on up to 1989, we got that one. 1990, sketch comedy TV series in living color premiered in Fox TV. All right. We also have Dutch checker Tom Schijebrand's improved world record blind checker games, 15 wins. That's awesome.
Don't tell me that's cricket.
No, checkers.
Oh, checkers.
World blind checker games.
Oh, okay.
Playing checkers blind somehow. So
wow.
Let's see here. It is checkers. So he's playing checkers blind. I don't know how you do that. 91, East Europe Bank formed in London. That sounds like the Rothschilds. 91 as well, Europe foreign ministers lift most remaining sanctions against South Africa. Probably because of apartheid. Oh yeah, please open that. Former child actor Adam Rick, 8 is enough. That's what he was starred in. Watch the fan though when you do that. Was charged with burglary. That's not good. So, 91 as well, Magic Johnson set NBA record for career assists with 9,898. And Sacramento Kings set NBA record losing 35th consecutive game on road. You gotta push the minus button to lower it down a little bit. 92, billionaire Leona Hemsley was sent to jail for tax evasion. What the hell? You're a billionaire. Well, that's probably why they're a billionaire, because they're evading taxes. Once again, Rich don't get rich by paying taxes. 92, Jay Leno's final appearance as permanent guest host of The Tonight Show. You can't really be a guest host if you're permanent.
No.
Can you? Like,
no.
92, Lincoln Hospital in Bronx, New York, lost its accreditation. Wonder why. It's weird. 92 as well, New York Islander Al Arbor coached most NHL games at 1,438. Excellent, setting a record. 92, the National Assembly of Vietnam adopted the 1992 Constitution of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, and William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and DeFrost Kelly were inducted into the National Association of Broadcasters Hall of Fame. I had no idea that they had such a thing. A Hall of Fame for broadcasters? Interesting.
Who would have thought?
I don't know, not me. 92 as well. United Nations Security Council imposed sanctions against Libya. Why? Gaddafi, right? Like, probably?
Yeah. Yeah, they were, misbehaving or,
Yeah.
They had the nukes at one time. Maybe that was during that time. I'm not sure.
We spoke about that. That blows my mind that they had nukes. I was just like, wow. And why didn't they use them if they were so apparently unstable?
Well, that's the whole argument. They get now they say, oh, you got to give up your nukes, and look what happened to Gaddafi. He gave them up, and he ended up dead.
Yeah. 94, WMMS FM's Jeff and Flash and entire station staff were fired. Why? They fired the entire station. I'm going to do a surface level scratch of the article really quick. Fresh Ecosia. Alright. Well, this is not telling me anything right off the bat, so moving on up. Marrakesh Agreement, relation to Foundation of World Trade Organization was adopted. I can't look it up. We have 8 minutes to go. Can we make it? I don't know. 97, America Online AOL began service in Japan. But they're not America. How can they be online? AOL. Baseball honored Jackie Robinson by retiring number 42 for all teams.
Oh, that's really cool.
All teams.
Yeah.
That is epic.
Yeah.
97 as well, the disaster film Volcano, directed by Mike Jackson and starring Tommy Lee Jones and Anne Heche, premiered in South Korea. South Korea, of all places, for that movie to premiere. That's
kind of weird.
That's very odd. You'd think it would premiere in Los Angeles.
Well, man, I don't know what the movie was about. Maybe it was in North Korea or something.
No, it was Volcano.
That's right. Okay.
Where'd it go? Yeah, it was Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
97, fire swept through a campsite of Muslims making the Hajj pilgrimage. The official death toll was 343. Yikes. It says, though, from an edited source, 217 to 300 people and injuring 1,300 others. Primary source was edited. 2000, Giant Sequoia National Monument Proclamation was signed by President Bill Clinton in California, preserving 1/3 of all giant sequoia groves, the world's largest tree. And we have one down in Southern California.
Yeah.
In our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
So, what were you going to say, though?
No, that was it.
2010, volcanic ash from the eruption of Eyjafjallajökull in Iceland led to the closure of airspace over most of Europe. We covered this yesterday, and it's this name right here.
Yep.
If this is why I had a stroke audibly right there. 2011, Black Friday for online poker in the U.S. Indictment, U.S. states versus Scheinberg shut down sites, accusing companies of fraud and money laundering. Yikes. 2012, 400 Islamist militants escaped from a Pakistan prison after an insurgent attack. That's terrifying. 400, now they're out loose. China loosened monetary policy and allowed the yuan to fluctuate up to 1% against the U.S. dollar. Guess they got to balance some things out there. Hologram of late rapper Tupac features on stage with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre at Coachella Music Festival. Remember I spoke about that the other day?
Yep.
And actually, let's see if I can find a video really quick of this. Let me bigger this just so that way you can. Well, it's not showing me. I guess I have to get rid of that. Hold on a second. Why is it not working? And it's lagging. Anyway, we got to move on up. 2012, U.S. Secret Service inappropriate conduct scandal began with at least 11 people implicated. Yikes. 2013, Nicolas Maduro was narrowly elected president of Venezuela. That's hilarious to think about nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, he's over here now, right? Like, we went and yoinked him. 2013, 2 bombs exploded near the finish line of the Boston Marathon in Boston, Massachusetts, killing 3 people and injuring 281 others. Other source says 500 others. So we have the Boston Marathon bombing. You remember that?
Yep, I do.
I was scared to death because we at the time they were living in Boston. Our Islamist relatives. You know.
They weren't in Boston. They were out of Boston.
But on the outskirts.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, after 9/11, I know how quick hate flows, you know. Sure. So I just got a little concerned for them, but, you know, they were all right. 2014, in the worst massacre of the South Sudanese Civil War, at least 200 civilians were gunned down after seeking refuge in houses of worship as well as hospitals. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. It's not even on this source. It's from our other source. 2018, 126.2 centimeters or 49.69 inches of rainfall in a day.
Whoa!
Waipa Garden in Kauai, Hawaii, state record breaking previous record of 1956. 49.69 inches. Like, what is that? Hold on a second. 49 divided by 12. 4 feet. 4 feet of rain in a day.
Yeah.
They just dumped him. That's crazy. 2019, 3 days after winning Hobie Baker Award as top college hockey player, Cale Makar became the first defenseman to score an NHL debut during the playoffs in Colorado's 6-2 Game 3 win over Calgary. What a way to start.
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin posthumously received the Pulitzer Prize Special Citation Honor, first individual woman to win it since 1913. Freaking epic. Congratulations. She deserved it. Los Angeles Clippers overcame an NBA record 31-point deficit to score an improbable 135-131 Game 2 playoff victory over the Golden State Warriors in Oakland. Shooting guard Lou Williams, 36 points.
Ooh.
Now,
Sweet Lou.
Now, were you a Clippers fan, like, actively at this time? Cause
what year?
2019.
Yes.
All right. And how did you come to be a Clippers fan? Because it used to be a Lakers fan.
Oh, avid Lakers fan.
And just for the record, because I want this on camera.
I don't remember, to tell you the truth. Well, I forget. Yes, they
stopped carrying them or something.
Yeah, they stopped. They used to put all their away games on free TV, local TV or whatever.
The Lakers.
Yeah. And they got greedy, and you had to go on cable and subscribe to it and buy all their games. I said, screw you, I'll watch the Clippers. Mm-hmm. So I became a Clipper fan. Now they all do it anyway. So.
But you didn't realize you were a Clippers fan until they played against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's right.
If I remember your
oh
story
my God,
correctly.
I'm a Clippers fan.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So yeah, you know.
Initially I was following the Clippers.
Yeah, initially. Yeah. You didn't realize you were a fan until you were rooting against the Lakers.
Yeah.
You're like, hold up a second, I've switched sides here.
Yeah.
You know, this is...
Yeah.
So, you know, like, hey, you know, take that as a lesson, you greedy, you know, like wealthy people who own all this stuff. Like, you know, money just drives us away. 2019 as well, measles cases jumped 300% in first 3 months of 2019, according to the World Health Organization. The largest rise in Africa by 700%, with 800 deaths in Madagascar.
Yeah. Now, as a kid, every kid had measles.
Huh.
Sooner or later.
I thought that was chickenpox.
It had chickenpox too, but also had measles. It had mumps too.
Yikes. Well, thank goodness I didn't have a childhood like yours. I mean, you also went through polio. So
well, I didn't have polio.
Not you, but
no,
like
that was
it was at the time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, polio was a big scare.
Your childhood at the time, your back in your day was like lethal. Only the strong survived. Like the majority of people these days wouldn't last.
Well, you didn't get as sick with measles or chickenpox as a kid as an adult does, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have chickenpox as an adult, isn't it just shingles?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Anyway, we're on our hour now, but we gotta keep on going. 2019, Paris Cathedral, Notre Dame caught fire, toppling its spire and destroying its roof. Now, I want to read this here. It distracted the nation and the world from Macron. He was going to Macron. He was going to address the yellow vest issue. At the time, he was actually in self-imposed exile because the entire nation of France were so sick of his shit, they wanted to kill him. They actually erected a functioning guillotine in like the central square in one of the major cities. I'm not sure exactly where it was, but I've seen images of it. They erected a fully functional guillotine. They wanted his head. And, over fuel, the yellow vest riots, all that stuff and everything, yada yada. The day he was coming back to give a speech, Notre Dame caught fire. What a coincidence. A national tragedy. Oh, distraction. So, and to this day, he still got away with it. So
you think he had something to do with it?
It's too convenient. They wanted his head, and then this happened. 2020, South Korea was the first country to hold a general election under Kung Flu. President Moon Jae-in's ruling Democratic Party won in a landslide. 2021, a shooting at a FedEx facility in Indianapolis, Indiana, left 8 dead and 5 injured. Yikes. The other source, though, says 9 fatalities. So that's a little bit of a discrepancy there. Court in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, sentenced former warlord Amadei Ourimi to a life sentence for massacres by his militia after the 2010 election. Jeez. Sounds like a bad guy there. 2022, Coachella Valley Music Festival returned after a 2-year hiatus with Harry Styles, the headlining act, on opening night in front of 100,000 people. All right. 3 years ago, Germany ended its use of nuclear power, closing its last 3 nuclear power plants, Elmsland, Isar 2, and Neckarwesheim, to focus on renewable energy.
I wonder if California still has one nuclear power plant.
I think they closed down the one wherever it was that looks like the boobs,
Oh, that's down. No, that's been closed a while.
Yeah.
They finally had one up just above Pismo Beach, but where it gets real rugged up above it.
Now, what's really wild, and I don't remember exactly where he wanted it, but Bill Gates has been given a green light, I think, to build a private nuclear power plant. And it's probably going to now, because I heard about that like 5 some odd years ago. I've known about it for a little while, like multiple years. But now that with all this AI stuff, it's probably to power AI. A private nuclear power. And they basically, back in the day when Disney was building Epcot and all that stuff, they did have the plans and they had the green light to have their own private nuclear power plant to power the whole area.
Why didn't it?
Because radiation and everything, and it would be a dissuasion. Who would want to live next to a nuclear power plant? Like within any radius.
Yeah.
So especially somebody with going to Disney, like
or Disney World actually.
Yeah. Then you start to wonder, if that's really a man in the mouse costume, or is that a result of radiation? Mutated mice, So, anyway, 2023, Indian Atiq Ahmed, former lawmaker and convicted criminal, assassinated live on TV, along with his brother Ashraf in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, while under police guard. Well, apparently not guard enough.
Wow.
That's horrifying. Assassinated on live TV.
And where was this again?
In Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, India. 2024? Are you trying to make me sound weird again?
No, I wanted India.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
need the whole thing. I knew the one that I never heard of before.
2024, AI systems now so advanced they nearly match or exceed humans in reading comprehension, image classification, and competition-level mathematics, according to major new report. Well, beyond my ability, so I'm already obsolete. 2024, Donald Trump became the first former U.S. president to stand trial on criminal charges as his hush money case began in New York. And nothing came of that, right? It's all bullshit.
No. Yeah, he was found guilty.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I'm not surprised. Whatever. I really don't care. Both sides need to be ended. We need to bring in third parties. We need to get off of this bipartisan lie and bullshit. We got to get out of the Federal Reserve. So much stuff we got afuela. So, 2024, Sudan was on the edge of collapse, warned aid agencies on the 1-year anniversary of a conflict that has displaced over 8.6 million people, including 2 million who fled to neighboring countries. Yikes. This time last year, 148 passengers died after a motorized wooden boat caught fire and capsized in the Congo River near the town of Mbandaka. That's not good. And last but not least, a sandstorm put at least 3,700 people in hospitals with breathing difficulties, and 2 airports suspended flights due to poor visibility in central and southern Iraq.
Wow.
That would do it, yeah. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar in the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion between 2 sources. Like, if you really look at it, I'd say about, 60, maybe 70% I covered? Like,
it's hard to say.
I cover a substantial amount. Yeah. It was a 34-page document as well, but a lot of that was actually interesting. So, anyway, for your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU. We also have Ghost in the Housey House. And thank you so much for joining, all of you guys. Both in the live studio and watching live or some other point in space-time continuum. Until you catch us next time, wherever it is. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe.